guys are going to get this week.
This is a sickness!
Let's get it. Yes, it's a big sickness, guys. A big sickness. How are you guys doing, man? This is a kind of impromptu show. I mean, this is not a show that was planned. I saw some news and I said, let's talk about it. Instead of putting out a video tomorrow, let's say I'll do this stream and talk about some of the latest topics that I would have seen going around. But how you guys doing? How you guys doing? I know a lot of you guys are sleeping. None of the persons who would usually listen to the stream is up. Hey, Jelani, you up? What up? Island Guild Gaming is here, man. What up, D-Easy? What up? D-Easy Gaming. Hey, I have to get D-Easy Gaming on the show, man. So he could talk about it, man. Yataza, what up? Respect is earned. Come on, man. Respect is earned. You better know it. So how are you guys going, man? How are you guys feeling? This is the week of Gamescom, and there's a lot of things happening. Hey, what up, Mello? What up? What up? Actually, today, Mello, you are staying in the show. You would be staying in the show tonight, Mello. Hold on for that. You will see what I'm talking about. So there's a lot going on right now in these gaming streets. I mean, I can't believe what I'm seeing right now. So you know what? I'm not even going to take long. Let's jump right into it. Hey, Other Zinc, what up, man? Guys, don't forget to hit the like button. Don't forget to subscribe, right? So first up, let's talk about you in the show tonight, Mello. You'll see. So look at this, guys. This is something that happened, I believe, earlier today. I believe that Sony has just sold their stake in Evo. Now, I recall when Sony bought Evo, the Sony, the Sony fans were boasting that this is a big move by Sony, buying Evo, right? Or buying stock in Evo. Hear what Wario64 said. Wario64 said SIE has sold its stake in Evo to Win Gaming, a company backed by SIE parent, Sony Group Corporation. SIE will become a new global sponsor of Evo through 2028 and will continue its commitment to the fighting game community through the PlayStation tournaments platform and key products, certainly in development that appeals to fighting game players, right? So, which becomes a global partner of Evo in 2024, announced today that the company is investing in RTS, co-ownership and operators of Evo, and will expand the global partnership with Evo through 2027. So I don't know what this means by Sony selling, its stake in Evo to a company that is backed by Sony Group. I really don't know what that means. But I mean, if Evo was such a good buy for Sony, why are they selling it? Let me say shout out to Mass Produce. What up, my brother? Hey, did I say shout out to Talos? Talos, what up? So Sony is selling their stake in Evo. I don't know what is going on, but I don't know if they need the money. I don't know if Concord would have put them in a deeper hole than we thought. I don't know, man. But yeah, how do you guys feel about Evo? I know they produce some high quality how tournaments and so forth. But how you all feel about Sony selling their stake in Evo? Would it be better? What do you guys think about it? So that's just the first story. I mean, this is coming fresh out from Gamescom. Another story that we have to talk about is that you recall a number of different persons would have said there was an email passing around that there are some PlayStation fans who are admitting that Xbox players are getting the best deal out there when it comes to what Microsoft is offering. Look at this here. So this shout out to J-Rock. J-Rock would have gotten this, and this is from most likely it's a Pony fan. And notice what it is he said here, right? So this is a Pony fan talking. He's saying, in the end, it's the Xbox fans who have won. What did he say?
Gotcha. Gotcha.
So yes, he's saying that the Xbox fans have won. They are getting a fantastic next-gen console with Steam support and all the benefits that come with it. Cheaper games, a great subscription service like Game Pass, and the ability to carry their entire console library over to the Xbox PC. And then there's us, the PlayStation gamers. So this is a PlayStation fan, guys. He's letting the truth come out. He escaped from the pony realm. This is Crap Gamer here. He don't want to escape. All Crap want to do is lay down and touch horses in this pony realm. Crap, get out of there. This isn't safe, Crap. Get out of that pony realm, man. So yes, this pony fan would have, he's letting the truth come out. As he says, the truth shall set you free. So hear what he says. And then there's us, the PlayStation players. We are stuck with a crappy ecosystem. We can't transfer our library to PC. We are left with a worse subscription service, weaker console functionality, and more expensive game. In short, Sony has completely screwed us. So this isn't me, guys. This is a pony. His name is Poof. He's a veteran. I don't know if it's on Reset Era or I don't know which forum this is, but he is letting the truth come out. Let me say shout out to PlayStation 5 Blows. What up? Hey, Siri. Siri, what up? What up? Or Seer. What up, Seer? Craig. What up, Craig? Guys, hit the like button for me. So what we are seeing is that the PlayStation fans is admitting that overall, Xbox fans are winning when it comes to everything, right? So come on, man. This is not me. This is an actual PlayStation fan. Now, one of the biggest talking points of this week in Gamescom is the Xbox ROG Ally and the Ally X. Everyone is talking about that right now. Now, the PlayStation community was saying this is just the same old console over. It's not the same thing. I mean, it's the same thing all over again. So why anyone is making this a big deal? Well, it appears at Evo, the ROG Ally X, the Xbox ROG Ally X is making a big splash on the scene. Let me say shout out to Dion Haynes. Dion Haynes, what up? Yeah. So let's look and see how big of a splash the ROG Ally X is making at Gamescom. Look at this here. So this is one dude, and he got hands-on with it. Let's see what he's saying here.
So I got to sit down with the Xbox and Asus teams to really like figure out the new Xbox Ally and Xbox Ally X.
Yeah.
And Windows and Microsoft, they're freaking stepping up their game with this one. So with the Xbox Ally and Ally X, one of the biggest changes I've noticed, and I'll get to the hardware in a second, but it's the freaking software. So
guys, this looks smooth, guys. Guys, this looks smooth. This looks smooth, like Egyptian silk. Look at this. This ain't looking bad at all.
take a look at this. It's, you know, it's your Xbox. It's like the Xbox app, right? And it's very familiar if you have a handheld with Windows, you know how this goes. But watch what happens when you get into the nitty gritty. So here's a great example. When I decide to swipe up to switch my tabs, right? I mean, you can see for yourself. They've thought this through. If I hold...
How are you guys feeling about the ROG Ally X? Now, I put out a video today helping persons to see that the price that Xbox is charging for the ROG Ally X, which is $8.99, and the regular ROG Ally is very much comparable with its counterparts, which is the Valve Steam Deck. That will handle the base version, that is $550, and also the MSI Claw. It's very much comparable when it comes to specs. Now, the only thing I believe that the Claw has on the Ally X is that it has, I believe, 32 gigs of RAM, right? 32. So the ROG Ally X, I believe, have 24. But other than that, I mean, for $100 less than the Claw, the ROG Ally X is very much comparable with that particular PC handheld. So when persons are, having their fake outrages is so expensive, this is what this type of console goes for normally.
Down this Xbox button, it'll take me to basically my tab manager.
Yeah.
And it's extremely controller friendly. And it is so fun to finally mess with literally Windows.
Yeah, good interface.
What a handheld version of it. And you can see right here, I can switch back into like your normal Windows mode.
Yeah.
There's other things too, like take a look at the Xbox game bar. So when we're playing a game, if I press this button right here, boom, I've got a new version of Armory Crate. Like this thing has, I mean, the UI is obviously different.
Yeah.
It feels a lot more responsive. And maybe I'll explain that later. But yeah, you know, you've got your stuff, but it looks so clean and it's super responsive. But then...
And that's the point that everybody wants to hear, that this particular console is super responsive. We don't want a console that is lagging or laggy, or the input lag is terrible. We want something that is smooth, something that persons will be able to play.
Check this out. I go to this home button. I've got my recents or my most played, you know, my library access. You can see Steam is on there. And then if I go here, look at this. I can change the brightness, the freaking, you name it. The Wi-Fi, the Bluetooth, all of this stuff can be done.
Yeah.
With the press of that button, right? You don't have to go out of the page, you know, and open settings and this and that.
This is a game changer, guys. Persons don't realize how this is going to change the game. And remember what was said in the interview that in the podcast style show that they recently had. The ROG Ally X and the regular one is a test bed for what the next Xbox console is going to be. So we are seeing what we can experience in the next console. But wait.
Then there's some other stuff.
What up, damn good 75? What up?
The social tab, which is cool. Actually, that's actually super convenient, especially with Battlefield 6 coming out.
Yeah.
Performance overlay. And then, oh, here's the big one, widgets. So third-party developers can come in and install their own little widgets. So like you've got Spotify, for example, they've got their own little widget. Discord might be coming out with one. You know, you've got a bunch of cool little things.
Microsoft and Asus really thought about everything. This is going to be such an easy way to play your Xbox games and your PC games. Very seamless, it seems to be.
Things you can do. And yeah, I mean, it's so cool to see this. coming from Microsoft and Windows. One of the things I've noticed is you can tell, and I talked to them about this. I talked to Microsoft about this.
Yeah.
Or Xbox. They're firing on all cylinders.
On all cylinders. Did you see on all cylinders, guy? Microsoft is firing on all cylinders. There isn't a cylinder that Microsoft is not firing on. It comes like a bomb. But continue.
To bring us this like awesome user interface on Windows, they now have dedicated people focused purely on making just gaming on Windows with handhelds as seamless as possible.
Yeah.
So when these handhelds launch and people start submitting in bugs or just like having,
Hey, shout out to Bay Area. What up, Bay Area? Shout out to you, man. Did I shout out Talos? Yes, I think I shout out Talos. Talos, what up? What up? What up again, man?
Inputs and ideas of what they could do to improve. Xbox is going to freaking listen as much as they possibly can. They say they are.
Yeah.
And they're going to implement basically everything that we would want as a gamer with our handhelds. So that's a huge thing that they're pushing for that.
I did not see any bad report. Correct me if I'm wrong, guys. Did you see any bad coverage of the Xbox ROG Ally X? Did you see any bad coverage whatsoever? Every person who would have played the console, who would have experienced it, is praising what Asus and Xbox is doing here. Lil Ray, what up? Lil Ray Tito, what up, man?
It's all super snappy and it feels natural, right? If you know Windows, like you could try to make things feel snappy and more like a console experience, but it's always going to be Windows. What I've noticed is like with this whole setup, the Windows stuff, it's kind of gone. Like low key, based off what I'm playing with.
Gone.
Like the crazy, like look, you swipe up and you change the tab, right? Or some things they don't respond properly. You press a button and the
it's clean.
Armory crate doesn't pull
smooth.
up. Everything pops up when you click the button to activate it. When you want to switch tabs, it instantly goes in. Like there's no latency. It just feels super clean and super.
Latency was the big issue. Guys. And we could confirm that Microsoft has reduced that significantly. Now, would latency be gone altogether? I don't think so. But as much as Microsoft could reduce latency, we are seeing that it's smooth, it's silky. It's like Egyptian silk. Let me say shout out to K-Rock. K-Rock, what up, man?
Freaking smooth. Okay, so now let's talk about the freaking hardware. So this is, oh man, I'm telling you, I'm getting giddy with this one because
this guy is getting giddy. Do you know what it means to get giddy? He's holding the hardware and he is getting giddy.
You're just seeing collaboration at its finest. I really feel like that. But
J Fitness Health, what up?
And that's just not me off my dopamine rush of being out here. You know what I mean?
Guys, hit the like button. Don't forget to subscribe if you have not yet subscribed. And support your boy. Throw something in the chat, man.
I was talking to one of the guys. I'm like, this is the kind of handheld you would have where you'll be like on the bed, and you'll actually like turn to your side and still be playing on it like with no problems. Does that make sense? Like it's super grippy.
Yeah.
Like this thing is not going
well
anywhere.
designed.
If you compare it to the Ally, let me take a look at this. It's actually kind of funny because...
And this is the point, because a lot of PlayStation fans was just simply saying that this is the regular ROG Ally. There's no difference. But listen to what he's saying here when he compares the both of them.
Once you get used to holding the Ally, the Xbox Ally, when you go back to an original Ally or any other handheld for that matter, there's definitely a huge difference. Like it's something that doesn't go unnoticed, if that makes sense. Like I'm fully behind these grips. They may not look the prettiest, but they are sure. Let
me say shout out to J Fitness Health. 10. What do you mean by that, man? I don't understand what that 10 means, but all right. 10 it is, man. 10s for everyone. 10s everywhere, man. Come on. Thanks for that, J Fitness Health.
They're so easy to hold. I mean, honestly, if I could compare it to anything as it would be, it's the Xbox controller.
Yeah.
It feels like that. It's got the same texture, same everything. And yeah, it's super familiar if you're like an Xbox gamer, you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
Now, when it comes to the differences between the Ally X or the Ally...
So far, guys, everyone who has played the Xbox ROG Ally X or the regular one is saying it's good. It's a real good handheld, right? They can see themselves playing this for long. They could see the vision that Microsoft has when it comes to, putting their games on this system, making it easy to play and so forth. So right now, we could confirm that this system is shutting the players down, right? But most importantly, here's the most important thing. This is the beginning of the whole slate. Tim Dog, how do you feel about that? Come on, Timmy. Come on. Tim Dog. Be careful there. Good God. Come on, Tim Dog. Why? Yes, this is the beginning of the whole slate, guys. This would be able to play all the games that Sony would have been putting over to PC. And there is nothing these ponies could do about it. Let me say shout out to Sandwich 14. Why have one sandwich when you could have 14? What up, Sandwich 14? So it's safe to say, guys, that the ROG Ally is destroying everything. Now, some news just came out, guys. Some news just came out that Bungie was the worst decision ever made by Sony. Acquiring Bungie was the worst decision Sony has ever made. Sony bought Bungie for, was it 3.5 billion? Am I correct? Or was it 4 billion? This is crazy. What? That's a big super chat there, man. J Fitness Health. He will be getting the super chat of the night. J Fitness Health, he's saying, bless up Jason DeBellot at Guardian 8 and Brooklyn to our Trini. All are we is fam. Oh, yes. Shout out to you, man. Hey, that's family there, man. That's family. Listen to me. For that, J Fitness, we have to start the train. Let's get it. Let's do it. It's late. We have to do it. Let's get it. Come on, man. Yeah, man. J Fitness. We go on and on. Shout out to you, my Trini brother. Come on. Copyright. We don't want to get a copyright strike, man. What up? Shout out to you, man. The top dono for the night, man. So, yeah. We could safely say that Bungie was the worst decision Sony ever did. Now, it's very funny. Guys, you guys are going to laugh. When Sony, we could safely say that Sony reactively bought Bungie. When the deal went through with Activision Blizzard, Sony came, I believe, some weeks after and said that they're acquiring Bungie. And every single Sony fan was saying, this Sony is playing chess, not checkers. Yeah, Sony is buying companies that matters. I remember all those talking points, right? We even had someone now, Mello, if you're still in the chat, here is where you come in. We even had one of the craziest ponies out there, which is King Trash. Guess what King Trash said about Bungie? Shout out to Post Up and State of Gaming because they had him on his show. Guess what this guy said? Remember the same guy who said that you could land on a fart? Yeah, he said you could land on a gas planet. That same dude, he had another take. Mello, this is you here, man. Listen to this. I have to clean it up, but listen to this here, guys.
What do you?
I'm pertaining this towards Sony and the Bungie comment.
So you believe that Sony? I just told you they'll make this money back in like 11 days.
So you guys heard that? King Trash just said that when Sony acquired Bungie, they were going to make back $3.6 billion. That's with a B, guys. What's going on here? What error is this? You heard what I'm saying? They were going to make back $3.6 billion in just 11 days. That is what King Trash said. Let me see if I can get back this video here without it crashing. What's up with this video here, man? Let's see what's going on here. Let me reset it here.
What are you? I'm pertaining this towards Sony and in the Bungie. So you believe that
what autofill? There's no what autofill is this? Auto dub? I didn't put this on auto dub. How to get this auto dub out here, man? I want to hear Mello speak on this, man. How do I get this auto dub out of here? Let me see. Okay, guys, let me resend this.
Sony, which I just told you makes this money back in like 11 days, and you're saying they won't recoup it? They definitely will.
So the auto dub is saying that Sony would have recouped these $3.6 billion in 11 days. This is what it's saying. But guess what? This guy is crazy. But let me just say this. Let me see if I can send back this video because this video is messing up right now. It went to auto dub, but I don't want this to be auto dub. I don't want it to be auto dub. What are you doing, me? Yeah. So, so let me show you guys something here, right? Let me resend this video. Let me resend this video because this is crazy. It's absolutely insane. So this is what Ponies was saying when it is Sony acquired Bungie. They were saying that this was the best deal Sony could make. Sony is going to destroy the game with this particular purchase. So let me come off of this and let's see if this will work back. If this would work without this auto dub. I resend the video to my phone here. So let's see if it's working. But we would also look at what Dreamcast guy is saying concerning this as well, because it appears that Dreamcast guy, he's very angry with Sony, right? You know, I can't get this auto dub out. Do anyone know how to take off auto dub? I don't know how to take off this auto dub. I really don't know how to do it. Anyone know how to take off this auto dub? I don't know what's going on. Okay, let's just play it as it is. Yes, let's play it as it is because we would hear. Mello, I'm messing up this thing here, man. Let's play it as it is.
You talking about making money back towards about the deal? No, they're not going to make that back. Why not? No goddamn 11 days. Why not?
So that was Mello talking there. Mello was telling King Trash that how could Bungie make back $3.6 billion in 11 days. Are you smoking, Johnny Walker?
You're not answering the question. I'm talking, I just told you when it don't got a new expansion coming out, fam, they not to make a goddamn be off of that new expansion coming out. They are not about to get or no 3 billion off no goddamn Express 11.
Yo, Melo, I don't know what this thing did with this auto dub, man. I really don't know how to correct it. How do you get rid of this auto dub? This is nuts. You know what I will do? This is what I'm going to do. Look at this here. This is what I'm going to do, man. Look what I'm going to do here. I'm going to play the original, but the original have a little bit of cursing in it. You know what? Let's play it so.
11 days there, you laughing, but why niggas ain't giving me no information?
Oh, Lord.
Bung is not, it's not in a PlayStation studio. It's owned by Sony. Bung is a Sony studio, not a PlayStation studio.
So he was saying here that Bungie is a Sony studio, not a PlayStation studio.
Right? Cause Sony is a different entity than PlayStation. They used to be the same, but they split up. Now, if Sony gets hurt, PlayStation will feel it too, because while they're separate entities, they're still part of the same parent company.
Hey, listen to me. King Trash is a crazy dude, man. This guy is saying that Bungie and Sony is two separate entities, man. Wow.
Companies under the same roof.
It's like Kellogg's.
It's like owning everything else and all that, and gigging, but I don't know shit about business, so it's all good.
But you get it. You get it. So right now, Bungie is in a very, how to say, serious position now because their leader, the CEO of Bungie, was just fired by Sony. Now, why was the CEO of Bungie fired? It was simply because he was doing stupidness. But I still would blame Sony because Sony had no right to go into a partnership deal with Bungie and they have no say in what Bungie does. That is the craziest deal I've ever heard in my life. After buying you for $3.6 billion, I can't tell you what to do? That is nuts. So I blame Sony because Sony is are the one who would have made this occur. So let's see how One Pony is. Let's see how One Pony is reacting to this. Let's listen to our friend. Let's listen to Mr. the artist formerly known as Dreamcast Guy. Listen to him.
News that we really have to dig into, which is that the CEO, the major head of Bungie, which is the biggest acquisition that Sony has done, buying Bungie for billions of dollars, the CEO has just left. Now, a lot of people are sort of debating whether he quit or whether he was fired.
No, he was fired. He was fired. Guaranteed he was fired. This was the same guy taking the money that was supposed to be pumped into Marathon, pumped into Destiny, and he was buying luxury cars with it. Yeah, this CEO was buying different cars, Chargers and Mustangs and what have you, with Bungie's money.
Because it does seem like, at least publicly, by even the statements that PlayStation themselves has been saying, they're not exactly pleased by the performance of Bungie. The fact that...
But you guys said PlayStation was going to make back $3.6 billion in 11 days.
Destiny just continues to bleed numbers. The last couple expansions have been tinier and tinier and honestly more and more hated. And now it does seem like that if their next game, Marathon, isn't the biggest thing of all time, it seems like they're going to die. But
listen to me, Marathon, we could did we bury Marathon last week, guys? Yes, we could safely say here on the Let's Get It podcast that Marathon is dead. Marathon, you're not a 5K. You're not a 10K. You're trash. And because of that, you would be dead. What up, Dilmas? What up? What up, man? So yeah, Marathon is dead.
Let me break this down and let me talk about all the aspects of it, because a lot of people seem to be like the most diehard Destiny fans are happy this dude is getting the boot. But let's discuss. Hi, hope you're having a great day. And if you could, please give this video a like and subscribe if you haven't already. Now, I will admit that this is a big surprise because this dude has been there forever. Forever and ever and ever. This dude has been there for decades. Look at this. Oh my God. What was the driving force? Okay. You're going to see a lot of car memes, a lot of jokes about it. This dude was getting paid so much. He has a lot of public statements about.
The funny thing is, no one is telling Bungie that Marathon is not what their fans want. I don't know what is the art style of Marathon, but it is not. I don't know. It's leaving a bad taste in your mouth. The art style is not it. They should have used a different art style. I'm not against having a different style of art when it comes to how the game looks, but something is up with that Marathon. How Marathon looks, it doesn't look good.
Basically having a massive car collection of the rarest cars on the planet. And apparently, while he was firing people, while he was cutting people's pay, while he was removing benefits, he would actually take employees to his mansion and show them the car collection, which, look.
Now, why would Sony give this guy complete autonomy over everything after spending $3.6 billion? So this guy here is firing workers, bringing them home to his mansion, showing them his Mustang, showing them the Chargers he's buying. And this guy was left to run Bungie. So ultimately, it's Sony's fault.
Do what you want with your money, but you got to have some sense of awareness that it's not exactly going to be good for morale. But even beyond.
Let me just say struggle boxing. Well, shout out to you, man. Marathon, that's a 100-yard dash. What up, Mr. Bushito? What up, Ben? Shout out to you, man.
On all the card memes, Pete Parsons is now stepping down as the head of Bungie next month, and he'll be replaced.
No, he was fired. He didn't step down. Guaranteed he didn't step down. He was fired by Sony.
By Justin Truman. Now, Justin Truman is actually one of the newer employees in the fact that he has been jumping up the ladder. Some people are a bit suspicious that PlayStation has sort of picked this guy to take over, that they picked a guy who will be the most accepting to sweeping changes being done by PlayStation. Now,
so the Bungie we know is basically dead. Bungie don't have the autonomy they once had. A lot of the developers that used to be in Bungie, they left. And guess what? Sony has completely absorbed Bungie. So right now, Sony is calling the shots for Bungie. That is crazy.
The current era of PlayStation, I've made a lot of videos complaining about Sony because Sony is clearly trying to do this live service pivot. They've publicly talked about it. It's not a rumor. They basically have come out and said, we would really like a lot of live service games. We're trying to make an infinite printing money machine. Them buying Bungie, a lot of it was because of their success with Destiny.
No, the reason why they bought Bungie was because they wanted an answer back to Microsoft. They didn't have the amount of money to buy or to acquire a company like ABK, but they thought that they would have hurt Microsoft by acquiring Bungie. But Bungie basically not only finessed Sony, but they gave them a raw deal, not even producing enough money to recoup that $3.6 billion.
They publicly talked about the fact that essentially they were like, all right, you guys are good at live service. by your help, you can help us be tastemakers. You can tell us what's good or bad about live service and, sort of guide us on that path. So it is funny that as Destiny is failing, I think Sony is starting to realize that their live service ambitions perhaps are not best put on the back of Bungie. Look at this. Oh, they beat me. Executives were always going to depart as the Sony deal played out, and they leave with a lot of money. I do not imagine this as a being booted out of the studio type thing.
Yeah. If it is, they could boot the CEO of Sony out, Sean Layden. Without a shadow of a doubt, they boot this guy out. Sean Layden helped the PlayStation 4 reach insane numbers, and he got kicked out. You don't think they are going to kick out this guy? Of course this guy got kicked out.
Isn't that the don't over-deliver guy? Yeah. So the new dude who took over actually did a speech at GDC, the Game Developers Conference, basically talking about how important it is to underperform, that if you kind of always leave players hungry, they'll play your live service longer. Stuff like that is not only bad messaging, but you got to admit the fact that just sucks to hear. Hey, here's the game you're spending, your hard-earned time, your money, your passion. Oh yeah, we're always going to scrape by with the absolute bare minimum. Okay, look at this. Passing the torch, more like ran Bungie into the ground. The CEO is stepping down. Ran through it like his car collection. Oh my God. Rip Bungie. Everybody, look, he posted a super long statement. You guys know this. People that are subscribed know I hate PR speak. I hate when people come out and be like, oh, I really appreciate the legacy of our brand. We've grown. I hate that kind of talk. And it's a lot of that. We create worlds that inspire friendship. Oh, we create those worlds along with our players. Okay.
Hold up, Jim, because you don't need to behave like that. You don't need to behave like that. So Bungie is officially, it's looking like the Bungie that we know is dead. PlayStation has a new Bungie on their hand. Let's see what Bungie can do for PlayStation now as it is absorbed completely. They got the CEO of Bungie out. So let's see what it will do. So the last story I have for you guys is somewhat of an unorthodox one. This is from someone named Hip Hop Gamer. Now, he has been on the gaming streets for years. He's well respected. But I found something he said very strange recently. Tell me what you guys think about it, right? Listen to what this guy is saying concerning what he would have heard about PlayStation 6. So everyone is talking about PlayStation 6. Now listen to what he said. He heard
confirmed. Now I told
PlayStation 6. Listen.
PlayStation, once again, is about to shut everything down and take things to the next level.
All right. So Hip Hop Gamer is saying that PlayStation 6 is going to shut everything down and take things to a next level. Let's see.
The DualSense 2.0, I can confirm. Now, I told y'all before that y'all would be able to smell video games. Y'all be able to play the game and be able to smell what's going on in the game.
What? What did he say? We are going to smell video games?
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
That's no. With all due respect, smelling. Who would like to smell their video games? Smell video games? Come on, man. I don't know anything. I don't know anything about that. When I want to play a game, I just want to sit down and play a game. I don't want to smell no sweat and no bushes, and I don't want to smell that. Come on, man.
People thought I was crazy because I broke that story like 3-4 years before it actually came out, and it's out. You know what I'm saying? You can do that now. What I'm telling you right now with that DualSense 2.0, and I already got confirmation.
So we know the PlayStation 5 love their haptics, they love their DualSense, they love when the control rumbles and all of that, right? These ponies love it. That's all they talk about.
From my peoples over at GDC when I was with them a couple of years back, listen, everything I'm telling you, I actually got a chance to touch and experience a little bit of it myself.
Okay.
All right. So what I can tell you right now
talk to me.
Is that through the controller of the PlayStation,
all right,
they'll be able to detect your skin temperature, your heart, and what happens is if you're playing a game and you are getting scared, like if the controller can detect that you're scared in real life through certain elements of the game, your character will react the way you feel.
Come on, man. What? This can't be real. Just now, wait. I don't think, I mean, who would be interested in that? While playing a game, would you be interested to know that the DualSense is reading your heart rate to see how fast your heart is beating so that they will know how fast the... Yo, I don't know, man. I don't know. Hip Hop Gamer, man, respect to you, man, but I don't know about that, man. I don't think that's it. Sony, go back to the drawing board. These ponies ain't care about no heart racing, heart beating. These ponies ain't care about that, man. Smelling games and feeling your sweat on the country. Come on, man.
It's called emotion-driven gameplay. Emotional.
So that's now, if I had a hard day at work, are you saying that the PlayStation 6 would sense my emotion and make the game easier, make the game harder? What would it give me a plate of food? What would the PlayStation 6 give me if it is I am feeling emotionally distressed?
Haptics, okay? This is groundbreaking, period. Now, another thing I want to add to this is that they actually got custom profiles that you can adjust to you in terms of how you are, how your body type is. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So that's another thing that's crazy. But on top of that, yes, emotional driven gameplay.
So emotional driven gameplay. So I don't know what's going on here. This guy is saying that the PlayStation 6 would be able to read your emotions. It would be able to tell your deepest, darkest secret within your mind. Sony's coming after your mind. You ponies better be careful. This guy is saying that it is the emotion. Emotional damage. Yes, emotional damage. So if it is your emotionally damaged, Sony will be able to sense that and send you a bouquet of flowers. Wow. Listen to me. Sony is going all out. Toki is going all out for the PlayStation 6.
All the senses, everything. Remember I told you about the hot and cold and you see the patterns, all this other stuff is happening.
Wait, that's now hot and cold? What are you talking about, hot and cold? Is it that the PlayStation will be able to heat up and then cool and then turn into AC or something?
Once again, I can confirm. Emotion-driven gameplay.
Emotional damage, emotion-driven gameplay. You cannot beat the game, guys. You cannot finish the game unless you are emotionally charged. You have to be emotionally charged up in order to finish the game for PlayStation 6. Amazing.
Now, to give you a little insight of this, you got to check out OVO Mind.
What if you could see how players reacted to your game? Whether they are excited or maybe even nervous. It's time to unlock the next generation of technology in game development using the OVO Mind. By measuring players' bodily reactions.
So this is something that measures your bodily reactions. If you have to go and use the toilet, you had a little bubble guts, you ate curry with milk, and you had a little bubble guts. I wonder what kind of emotions would happen.
The smart band captures detailed emotional data such as excitement, stress, and
what about poop? Could this band tell me what to do if I need to go and poop?
calmness. It then feeds it back into the game. This real-time data, which is translated.
Let me say shout out to Vince. Shout out to Chow Daddy. Chow Daddy, what up? Who again I'm missing? Dolomite, what up, man?
Into a useful heat map, provides a unique insight into how players are feeling at any given moment.
So Overmind is simply the next generation of human-computer interaction involving emotion that can revolutionize
Guys, what it is you think about this? What it is you guys think about this? Would you guys be interested in the PlayStation 6 if they implement these things, tracking when it is you're sweating, tracking your heartbeat, knowing if it is you're sweating? Would you be interested in that?
gaming, representing your personality traits that can be used as an input.
That's what we are doing at Overmind, bringing the players into the game.
I see it, Chodaddy.
I can see my breath on the screen.
What?
Currently, we are launching Overmind.
Listen to me. I don't want to see my breath on the screen. What's even good? Just let me play the game.
DK1, so it's a development kit, it's a smart band, and now it's synchronized with this mobile application.
Overmind is reading players' emotion through biosignals. These biosignals are sent to our cloud, and the algorithm processed all the raw data into emotion label, and the game can react.
We measure heart rate, skin temperature, micro sweating, and we are
micro sweating. If you guys are micro sweating, Sony will know it. If you're sweating, if you're micro sweating, if you're smelly, if it is you have toe jam, if your foot is not smelling well, Sony will know it in the future with the PlayStation 6. You heard it here first. We are talking about real-time foot sniffing action right on the PlayStation 6. Power your dreams.
also have an accelerometer inside.
You can use in video games in several ways. The best one is to create an emotionally responsive game or app.
Oh.
If you heighten your emotions, you might intimidate the surrounding character.
Wow. So think about this. If you're playing God of War and you just cuff the wall, you cuff your dry wall and you put a hole into it, you could be able to beat Odin. Yeah. In God of War, if it is you get real angry, you turn on to Island Gaming with Jay, you see Island Gaming with Jay talking all sorts of smack about ponies, and you just cuff that wall, you will be able to beat any boss in the new God of War emotions.
Characters and enemies, they might back off. And in a relaxed state, you might catch them off guard.
For streamers, it's a new way to share your emotion to your audience, allowing developers to analyze the emotional impact of their game.
First, my impression when I experienced Overmind was that as soon as I set it up, I could immediately obtain emotional data. Its speed and ease of use are impressive for this kind of psychological device.
This is crazy, man. This is nuts.
My name is Marc Albinet. I'm the former game director of Assassin's Creed Unity. I'm also the former game director of Dying Light 2. And basically my job is to create game experience.
I mean, this is crazy, guys. I mean, I don't know what Sony is thinking if they even consider this as a feature. At the end of the day, persons just want to play game. All of these things, tracking your heartbeat, tracking your sweat, knowing if it is you farted in the room. These things are uncalled for. Why do Sony want to know how my feet smell? Could somebody tell me that? Come on, man. This makes no sense whatsoever. But we'll see what they do. We'll see if Hip Hop Gamer was right. Respect to you, OG. Respect to you, OG. So, I mean, it's a lot happening here in these gaming streets. A lot happening. And, I mean, look at this here. Look at, y'all remember when they said the Series S can't run Black Myth Wukong? Look at this. Look at this guy. You all remember when this game is not dropping to 20 frames per second. This is not dropping to 40 frames per second. It's holding up. Let me say shout out to Bounty Killer. What up, my brother? Bounty Killer is in the house. But look at this. So Game Science lied, and these ponies knew absolutely nothing what they were speaking about. This game is running phenomenal on the Series S. Now the visuals is not the best, but this is more than playable. This is more than playable. And with the price increases, guys, right now the Series S is the cheapest current gen system out. With these price increases, the Series S is cheaper than the Nintendo Switch 2, and it's cheaper than every PlayStation 5 console. So playing all of these games on a budget, if you have a kid, the Series S is the way to go. Look at this. All of them lied. Every last one of them. So that is Black Myth Wukong running on the Series S. So, I mean, it just goes to show how lie. Look at MBG here.
You know,
Look at MBG
hoping
here.
it doesn't make waves. And Sony clearly just wants to get this out there, you know.
So Sony raised the PlayStation 5. We know it, they raised it by $50. So now the PlayStation Pro is about $800 if it is you want to buy the disk drive and the stand. Sorry, 800 plus. And here we have MBG. He just saying, guys, this Sony was a good guy here. They were trying not to raise the price.
Hoping it doesn't make waves. You know, the one thing I will say about this is when we think about Sony increasing the price even by $50, yeah, the PlayStation 5 Pro price is crazy now.
$800 for a PlayStation 5 Pro? Crazy work.
You know, I actually do believe Sony.
Of course you believe Sony. You're a pony after all. You will believe Sony.
Didn't want to do this. And I say this because I think this is actually, I don't think it's going to dramatically hurt their sales, but I think it's going to certainly have some kind of dampening effect where there's going to be no way around the headlines that Sony just increased the price of the PS5. And the PS5 is like a, you know, so it's going to be a 5-year-old console. The Pro.
Guys, this is the wildest generation I've ever seen where games on consoles are going up and not coming down with age. I think this is the first time I've seen this in any generation. I've never seen something like this ever, right? Game consoles, the older they get, is the more expensive they get. This is crazy.
Was already shocking people at a $700 price point. Now it's going up. I do believe that Sony didn't want to do this because, again, it's going to dampen their sales a little bit. You would even think that
$750 without a
Sony would want to wait until like next year to announce this, closer to something like GTA 6 releasing. You know, could they lower the prices if the situation with the tariffs and, you know, just economically speaking, if things change, would they change the pricing? I think they would. Yeah, I think the moment Sony can decrease the price, they will. But I do think that this
Sony not going to decrease this price. Sony likes where it's at. They know that the PlayStation 6 is going to cost a lot of money, so they would keep the price as it is. Yeah.
This is an effort to maintain breaking even on their consoles or just losing very little money on each console sold. I think this also explains why Sony's CEO Hiroki Totoki went on record earlier this year saying that we're no longer focused on selling units.
Come on, MBG. Sony didn't say that because they were going to raise the price. Do you believe that, MBG? Do you honestly believe that? But for talking all that foolishness, fall onto this.
Oh, no! He ain't getting up.
I can't believe that is what you just said. That is the reason why they raised the console.
But monthly active users or MAUs. Sony saw the writing on the wall. They knew that this was probably going to
The reason why Sony is pivoting more on MAUs is because that's the best metric. PlayStation fans buying PlayStation console is not reflecting in software, and there are some Sony fans or some persons who buy the console who only play 2 games for Call of Duty, NBA. So, I mean, they are not getting the money that they want from those who are buying the consoles. That is why they are looking at MAUs now. It's not because of the tariffs. Come on, MBG.
be the outcome.
Let me say shout out to Mega X Alex. What up? K-Rock, Centurion of God. What up, man, Centurion? Vince. Shout out to all you guys, man. Don't forget to hit the like button. Don't forget to subscribe and support your boy.
Understand that the PlayStation 6 is going to be a much tougher sell because of the pricing. The PS5 Pro right now is a tough sell, and the PS5.
Let me ask you guys something. Seeing that if Microsoft is able to produce the new console in America, what price you guys think it would be? I don't think they have the materials cheap in America, so I think they would have to go overseas to develop the new Xbox. But what price you think the new Xbox would be? Do you think it would be $1,000? Do you think it would be what, $800, $799? How much do you think the new console will be? $900, $899? What would it be?
Going up in price 5 years into the generation, you know, it makes the climb.
Who's that guy there? Gorilla? Be careful, man. Be careful. Know what you're doing.
To get to that 100 million units sold, that much more difficult. Let's not forget that by this point in the PS4's life cycle, it was like $300 or in some cases $250 if it was on sale. You look at how well the PS4 sold, that definitely helped. That the price increases helped sell more units. You look at every previous generation of PlayStation console or any console for that matter, and the price goes down, and it helps move more units in the latter half.
930, $600 to $700. Yeah. I am thinking $799. I am thinking $799. It would be the new console. You better watch out, Gorilla. These guys don't play in here, man. Watch out. Let me say shout out. Shout out to Bounty for being a member for 11 months. Xbox Series S is going to rule the holidays. Yeah. Because I'm thinking parents who have young kids, they can't afford buying a lot of maybe PlayStation 5s or PlayStation 5 Pro. The Xbox Series S would be the king of the holidays. Microsoft needs to put in some work and advertise it though. Once Microsoft advertise the Series S this holiday, put in or advertise Game Pass with it, it's gonna kill. It's gonna shut it down. Now, even if you have an older kid, I could see persons or parents buying the Xbox ROG Ally for their kid. However, the Series S, so Bounty, you are right on the money. Thank you for that. Bounty, thank you for that.
Of the generation. Now, the PS5 was announced to be at 80 million units sold.
And it meant nothing. That 80 million meant absolutely nothing. They are still bringing their games to Xbox. So they need Xbox.
And I think GTA 6 alone will ensure, no matter what, even with this price increase, the PS5 will get to 100 million. But I just think that this basically, I don't think this bodes well for the console space. I looked at when Microsoft increased the price of their console.
Yeah, when Microsoft increased the price of the consoles, you guys You guys basically said Microsoft is worse, and they were just reacting to the tariffs. What tariffs was put in place, or they were preparing for the tariffs. Yeah, 80 million shipped. Correction, Bounty, not sold.
Consoles, I'm like, that makes a little bit more sense because they're not really selling consoles, you know? Like, they're struggling to sell consoles, and they've just gotten to a point where they're like, listen, we're focused on making...
Microsoft was, since 2016, I believe, Microsoft's focus was not to sell consoles. Microsoft put a console out there, and their loyal fans and those who want the Xbox bought a Xbox Series console. But they would have said that their focus was not to sell the consoles. Now, if Microsoft's focus was to sell console, all they needed to do was to make Activision Blizzard games exclusive. If Microsoft made those games exclusive, their focus would have been selling consoles. If they had put Bethesda games exclusive, all of them, guess what? More consoles would have sold. And that is something that would not make sense for Microsoft to do, seeing that the bigger play was putting their games on multiple platforms. And at the same time, giving their fans what they want, a great service, a great ecosystem, and just all around great business for their customers.
Making a profit on every console we sell, even if it's just a very small volume of consoles. We want to make a profit. And I was like, okay, well, so I don't think Sony's in that boat. Not yet. But here we are, where it's like, you know, now Sony, you know, they're doing the big thing they didn't want to do, a price increase in the US.
But how do you know Sony didn't want to raise the price? Sony raised the price in every region except the US. And I know why they did it, because they are more competitive in the US. They didn't want to give Microsoft any kind of layup, so they made sure they kept the price reduced in the US. But now, with these tariffs taking effect, they have to raise it. So you can't say anything about Sony didn't want to raise this. Sony, a money-hungry company like Sony, don't want to raise it. Sony is making you guys pay for every single thing.
Thank you. You're making us pay for water, you son of a...
Yes.
You're making us pay for grapes?
And apples.
Apples?
Yeah.
Things that God gave us for free?
You ponies will not be eaten free.
You will burn in hell when I'm through with you. You will not be allowed in my father's house. At all.
Thank you. So I mean, I don't know what he's talking about, but I know what Sony is about. So guys, I did say it will be a short stream tonight, and I did spend the full amount of time I usually spend for my stream, like always. But you guys stay tuned. I'm going to have a show again on Sunday. I might have some new co-hosts on Sunday. Let me see if I can introduce them to the chat. I will invite the Easy, and we'll chop it up. We'll chop it up on stream, man. So you guys, thank you guys for rocking out with me. I know it's an impromptu stream. A lot of you guys have work in the morning. You guys, I hope you guys be safe. Take it easy. Let me say shout out to everyone. Let me say shout out to Bounty, and let me say shout out also to the person who was the stream sponsor tonight, which is J Fit Health. Shout out to you, J Fit Health. And let me also say shout out to everyone in the chat. We're talking about Yataza, we're talking about Chor Daddy, all of you guys, Dolomite, Struggle Boxing, Vince, shout out to Centurion God. I saw Gorilla. He did check himself after Centurion God checked Gorilla. He did muzzle himself. So good for you. Shout out to Mega X Alex. I think it's the first time I'm seeing you in the chat, right? Don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe. Shout out to Dolomite. All you guys, man. You guys are loyal subscribers. Thanks for your support. Thanks for cutting up in the chat. I mean, I think I'm going to do a feature where I highlight the craziest super chat Sunday. Some of you guys, the kind of super chats you all put there in bed, it was very, very funny. So I think I might do that. I think I might do the top super chats of the month or something like that. Boy, it's crazy. So let me just say shout out to you guys. You guys be safe. I'll see you guys on Sunday. I think I might release one video between now and Sunday. So you guys be safe out there, man. Take it easy. I'll see you guys in the next one. Don't forget, guys, to put God first and mankind after. And later.